All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, shalom to the elect, those that are fighting to endure to the end, and that are calling on the names of the Father in the name of the only begotten Son, and all truth and sincerity. With all truth and sincerity, which are Yahawah, which is the name of the Father, meaning He is. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man, right? Shalom to the elect, those that are fighting to endure to the end, all right? Now, today's lesson is going into there is none better than to fear Yahawah, all right? There is none better than to fear Yahawah, all right? Because this is what propels us to come out here to do this work, man, all right? Because we could be jacked up, all right? We could be jacked up at any time, man, all right? Now, I speak for myself, you know, prior to coming to do this work, you know, out here on the highway and hedges, man, I had a toothache that was killing me, all right? The night before. The night before, I had a toothache that was unbearable, man, all right? Because I was contemplating whether or not to go out, you know, and prophesy, okay? But, hey, the Most High took that ache away, and that was all the more, you know, reassurance that I need to know that I better get my ass out here and do the work, man, all right? And going back to that feeling is something that I can speak for myself, don't want to go through, all right? So guess what? It's way more better to come out here to prophesy than to what? To deal with that pain, man, all right? So the fear of the Lord is good enough for the elect to, you know, put fear in their heart to come out here and do the work of the Heavenly Father, man. And not just do it, but to do it in all truth and sincerity, all right? So today's lesson, once again, is there is none better than to fear the Lord Yahawah, all right? Because He can jack you up, man, especially if you are of the elect, all right? And you're supposed to be out here doing the work, all right? He could put you in predicaments that, hey, you would just have to cave into the will and do it, all right? One incident I could think in general is Jonah, all right? How Jonah kept trying to avoid his destiny, all right? To the fact that what? The Most High had prepared a well to swallow him up, man, all right? So if you are the elect, you can't, let me say that again, if you are of the elect, you can't deny your destiny, okay? If you're destined for salvation, no matter what, these bodies that we have in, they're great lessons for teaching, man, all right? they can be afflicted with pain, man. All right, and the sense that the fear of the Lord will scare you straight, man. Okay, and then when He gives you that relief, you understand why. All right, and going back, hey, it's something that we pray we don't, man. All right, we pray that we don't return to our vomit like that dog, man. As it says in Proverbs, I believe that's 26. A fool returning to his folly is like a dog returning to his vomit. Matter of fact, let's open up with that. Give me 1 second. We're going to get it, man. All right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, and verse 11. It reads, as a dog returned to his vomit, so a fool returned to his folly. All right? Hey, man, like I said, if you had any idea what the Most High can do to you, especially if you are the elect, hey, you will fear Him, man. All right? You will fear Him because what? You're going to get on that course no matter what. All right? If you are the elect, there's nothing you can do that you can deviate from the course that's been set out from you from the beginning, man. All right? What does it say in Jeremiah? Let's get that. Nope. One second. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1 and verse 5. It reads, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. All right? So you see, before you was even conceived, before you was even thought about coming into this world, your lot was already predestined. All right? And there's nothing you can do that's going to deviate from you fulfilling that lot. All right? If you're a prophet, guess what? You're going to profit, man. No matter if you want to do it or if you don't want to do it. Because the Most High has a way of making you do what He wants you to do, man. All right? Further going to show you that there's no such thing as free will, man. All right? You can't determine whether your go-abouts are, but the Most High can sure enough tell you how you're going to get there and when you're going to get there. All right? And like I said, before I even started, because I had been contemplating on whether or not I should go out or when I should go out, but the Most High took that all away from me, man. All right? He gave me that toothache that I couldn't sleep with, that I tried all the remedies to, go around to go about getting rid of that pain. Because prior to that, I had no pain, man. All right? Then all of a sudden, I started contemplating, doubt started to seep in. I got a toothache. I was looking for that excuse, but I said, hey, if it be your will to take this toothache and do away with it so I can go out and preach, let it be done. And He took it away. And I came out and preached ever since, man. All right? And to go back to that, hey, that pain right there, have your jaws locked up, to have aches that you can't get rid of, is worse than anything, all right, from my point of view, all right? So if you're fearful of coming out here, the Most High could jack you up to the point that, hey, what you fearful of will pale in comparison to what He could bring forth on you, man. All right, so once again, there is none better than to fear Yahawah, all right? Especially if you're of the elect, man, all right? So now let's open up to Proverbs 15 and verse 16. This is Proverbs 15 and 16. It reads, better is little with the fear of Yahawah than great treasure and troubleth therewith, right? So better is the fear, all right? Because a lot of jakes, man, they can come out here and do this work, but they don't want to, man, all right? They rather concern themselves with the ways of this world, man. All right, and we know the ways of this world is going to what? Pass away, man. All right, but this will that the Heavenly Father has bestowed upon us is going to pay off in the long run. This is going to be what? Eternal, man. All right? So there's none better than to fear Yahawah. Let's read that again. Proverbs 15 and 16. It reads, better is little with the fear of Yahawah than great treasure and trouble therewith. Right. So who's to say you thinking to yourself that, hey, I might go my own route, you know, and not to fear the Lord, because as an Israelite man, we all are commanded to go out on the highway and hedges and prophesy, all right? Those of us with the capability, man, all right? That's part of our heritage, man. As an Israelite man, we're supposed to go out here on the highway and hedges and prophesy, all right? But you got some jakes, you know, that they are afraid or have, you know, doubt about it, but they rather stay in the world, man, and get the treasures of this world, all right? And it says what? It says, better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Right. Because those treasures that you're getting right now, they're going to come out to end up biting you in the rear, man. All right. In the long run, they're going to end up biting you in the rear, man. All right. So it's best to just do the work from the get-go, man. Okay. It's best to go and just do what's commanded of you. All right. And just because the Most High alleviated your pain, I speak for myself once again, you know, he alleviated that pain, that toothache pain. You know, I'm not going to go test them and go eat sugars and sweets just to see if I can get that pain back again in my mouth and to see if you'll take it away so that I can come back out here and prophesy again. No, I'm not going to tempt them, man. Once was good enough, man. All right. Once was good enough. Okay. So better is little with the fear of Yahawah than great treasure and trouble therewith, man. And that's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the true and living power, Yahawah, man. Because he can jack you up, man. These bodies are meant to be lessons, okay? These bodies are meant for us to learn lessons. Pain, agony, defeat, glory. We feel them all through these bodies, man. All right? And he can easily jack you up to get you to go the way he wants you to. So better is a little fear of Yahawah. Better is little, meaning A. Better is little that you don't even have anything, but you got the fear of Yahawah, man. It's better than have that than to have what? Than to have great treasure and trouble therewith. Because all that you're getting right now, outside of Yahawah, guess what? It's going to come back to bite you in the ass, man. It's just going to come out there and say it, all right? Because you may be doing fine as the time going for right now. But, hey, as we know, no one gets away from Yahawah by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, all right? No one, all right? If you on this earth, which is under the sun, you are primed for judgment, okay? That's why Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is trying to escape to what? To the outer space, man. He thinks he's going to be able to run and get away from his judgment, okay? With false promises. That's why Psalms 2 says, why do the heathen imagine what? Let's get that. Because these heathens, man, particularly Esau, the progenitor of the Edomites, they think they're going to be able to escape judgment. See, they read the scriptures too. They see in Ecclesiastes where it says, under the sun, that's the place of judgment. So they think if they can escape earth and get out of earth, they can escape judgment. But that ain't how it's working. Let's go to Psalms 2. You see, the vein of man. Okay, it gets no more vain than Esau Edom. Right, the self-proclaimed white man. He titled himself that. This is Job 2. This is Psalms 2. What am I talking about, Job? Job's a good book too, though. This is Psalms 2. In verse 1, it reads, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? You see, they can imagine all they want, But the Most High has set bounds that they can't outdo. They can try to go to the other part of the earth. They can try to go to the uttermost parts of the heavens. They ain't getting through that what they call firmament. All right, they're not getting through that. All right, the Most High set bounds. You know, for them to tell you that they've been to the moon or that they going to Mars, it's all BS, man. That's what they want you to believe. That's what they imagine. That's why we read Psalms 2. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine vain things, man? Because they all going to be judged, man. All right, they're all going to be judged. Okay, so Proverbs 15 and 16 tells us what? Better is little with the fear of Yahawah than great treasure and trouble therewith. Right, because if you tie yourself up to this system, guess what? You're going to receive the same thing that this system gets. This system meaning this society, this walk, everything that goes along with this current rulership. You're going to get the same judgment, no matter if you're an Israelite or not. All right. It's just that if you're an Israelite, you're squandering your opportunity of repentance away. Okay. That's what separates us from the other nations, that we have a mediator in Yahawashi that we can go back to the Father and ask for what? Forgiveness. The other nations, they don't, man. Okay? They've already been destined to their lot, which is what? Slaves, servitude, okay? That's their lot, man, all right? That's spoken of in Revelation. That's spoken of in Isaiah. That's spoken of in all throughout the book, man, okay? So they can't escape their destiny, man, all right? Even though they try, and none other than Esau Edom, he's trying his hardest, man, in these last days, trying to put together space programs that tell the people that, you know, they're going to outer space. That's all BS, man. All right? They never been to the moon. They're never going to the moon. They never been to Mars. They're never going to Mars, man. That's reserved for Israelite men and elect of Israel, okay? We're going to be able to experience the most outer parts of the earth. We're going to be able to experience the depths of the sea, the most outer spaces of the heavens, okay? That's only reserved for the Israelite man, okay? So why do the heathens rage and why do the people imagine the vain thing? Because they know intrinsically that according to the Bible, they going into slavery, man, all right? So yeah, you might be doing fine for the time being, but better is a little with the fear of Yahawah than great treasures and troubles therewith, all right? So you, Jake, man, make sure you put your houses in order, man, all right? Trying to be part of this world is getting ready to pass away. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's not going to stop the fact that prophecy is going to be fulfilled. And judgment is going to come, okay? Now let's go to the Apocrypha, and let's go to Sirach 23, all right? Which you can get the Apocrypha in the 1611 King James Bible, all right? So let's go to Ecclesiasticus 23. This is Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 1. It reads, O Yahawah, Father and Governor of all my whole life, leave me not to their counsels, and let me not fall by them. Who will set scourges over my thoughts, and the discipline of wisdom over my heart? You go into that word heart, it means your mind, your thoughts, okay? It says, they that spare me not for my ignorance, and it passes not by my sins. Verse 3, lest my ignorance increase and my sins abound to my destruction, and I fall before my adversaries, and my enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy. You see? So you may have a good career, a nice life, but eventually, hey, it's all going to come to an end, man. All right? It's all going to come to an end. Because why? These heathens, particularly these Edomites, they don't have your best interests at heart. And they're not going to show you mercy, man. When they roll out that microchip and they tell you in order for you to keep your job, to keep your house, to keep whatever you have, you got to take that. And you're going to say, well, wait, I served this company for 30-some years. I've been faithful. They're going to say, so what, man? All right? This is the new way we're going. You got to take this microchip or else you're going to lose everything. What are you going to do then? All right? You're going to take it. So it says, verse 3, lest my ignorance increase and my sins abound to my destruction, and I fall before my adversaries, and my enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy. Verse 4, Ecclesiasticus 23:4. O Lord, Father and power of my life, give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy service always a haughty mind. Okay? And that's another thing. When you come into this walk, man, you got to be what? Humble, man. You got to pray to the Most High, especially, you know, those that may have came from out of the world with notoriety or fame or money and come into this truth and think they're going to be able to keep all of that. No, man. You got to come in humble, all right? You got to pray that the Most High keeps you with that, it says what? Give me 1 second. Verse 4, O Lord, Father and power of my life, give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy service always a haughty mind. So you got to pray that the Most High, you know, keeps your mind turned from being haughty, man. Because the pride and the haughty, guess what? They're going to be the first ones to take, to taste that judgment, man. Isaiah, what is that, 13 and 11? The proud and the haughty, all right? Y'all going to be the first ones to take that, man. And we know, you know, going back to the garden, man, they don't get more proud than Esau, Edom, and haughty than Eve, man. All right? Eve and Esau, they're tied hand in hand together, okay? The so-called black woman and the so-called white man, okay? Because she loves the opportunity that he gives her in this society, man. All right? But when all this is taken away, she's gonna snap back into her natural beauty, okay? See, right now, she's a monster, man. Right now, she's a monster, man. It speaks of her in Lamentations, all right? It says the sea monster draws his breast to give suck to his young. But Israel, the woman, particularly our women, they don't even think to do that, man. And these latter days, the so-called black woman, man, she's beyond reproach, man. All right, now you got a few sisters that, you know, they good, but for the most part, man, hey, these women gonna have to figure out and learn the hard way, especially when all their incentives has been taken away. When the internet crashes and they gotta fend for themselves, they gonna see what it really means to be independent, okay? It's gonna be a whole nother game in that day, man, all right? So verse 4 says, O Lord, Father and power of my life, give me not a proud look, but turn away from thy service always a haughty mind. Turn away from me vain hopes and concubines, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Right? So turn away from me vain hopes and concubines, or lust, all right? Because we don't want to be lusting after things in this world, man. All right? They all gonna fade away. It says what? It says, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Right? Take those things away from us and we'll show you how much desire we are to serve you. That's why it's better to what? There is none better than to fear Yahawah, to serve him, to reverence him, because we're going to get that word fear too in the Hebrew, all right? So verse 5, turn away from me vain hopes and concubines, and thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. All right? So you can see how you can easily be misled in this way of this world, man. That's why this Bible is likened to a yoke, man. You put a yoke on an ox, and what? It keeps them straight, man. All right? This Bible keeps us straight in the sense that, hey, and we deviate and go off, it's there to redirect us back on the right path, man. All right? It's there to redirect us back onto the right path. All right? That yoke is to keep us straight, man. All right? Wide is the way that what? Leadeth to destruction. There'll be many at. But straight is what? Straight is the way, and there'll be few that find that, man. All right? You see? Only the elect is going to find that straight and narrow path, man. Verse 6. Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 6. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me, and give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind. Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips. Right? So you got to have discipline over what you say, man. All right? And a lot of these pastors and preachers, they don't have that discipline, man. All right? As we go further and further into the lesson, I'm going to bring up an example, you know, of a pastor that was just recently unalived by a woman up there in Memphis, man. Okay? Lord willing, if I can remember it, to tie it into with the lesson. Verse 7, Ecclesiasticus 23 and 7. Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips. Right, and that's another thing we're going to talk about, swearing, man. All right, because when you swear falsely in the name of the Most High, hey, you put yourself in dire straits, man. All right? So you got to be able to keep your lips, man, and don't swear falsely on the Most High. Verse 8, the sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. You see? Only so long until judgment starts to play out on the earth, man. All right? And we're fastly approaching that time, man. Because the word is going out. The people are hearing it. Whether they forbear or not, that's besides the point. The word is going out, okay? And once the word has gone out, then soon can judgment come, all right? Because you cannot play ignorance to the law. You cannot play, in other words, that you didn't know any better, all right? There's no more cloak for your sin, no more excuses, okay? Because the word is out, man, and it's moving in high volume, all right? Repent or be destroyed, all right? That's the message, man. To you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to turn back from your wicked ways according to this Bible, and what? To do good, to do the will of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? If not, you're going to get judged, man. Verse 8, the sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. 9, accustom not thy mouth to swearing, neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One. See, you can't be swearing and falsely, putting the Most High name out there like that, okay? Especially if you've been charged with leading a congregation, man. How you going to use the Most High's name and then to swear falsely by it? All right? Calling that the mark of the beast is something other than what it is, microchip, telling your congregation, pretty much leading your congregation to what? The slaughterhouse. All right? Because if they take that microchip, that's going to be the end of them here. All right? But you got individuals that's falsely swearing by the Holy One, saying that what? Revelation 13 and 16 on down isn't talking about a microchip. It's talking about sin. Or it's talking about sleeping with a white woman, a so-called white woman. Or it's talking about sleeping or embargo, okay? And giving the information and the correction, they don't want to make the necessary adjustments, man. They want to continue to swear falsely by the name of the Holy One of Israel. Let's read that again. Verse 9, accustom not thy mouth to swearing, neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One. Verse 10, for as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark, so he that sweareth in the name of the Most High continually shall not be false or faultless. Okay? And if you continue to be a servant over a period of time, they're going to bruise, man. All right? They're going to bruise. If you continue to beat that servant, bam, 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 over a while, they're going to start to bruise up, man. Okay? If you continue to falsely swear on the name of Yahawah, especially if you got the names Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawah Shai, you're going to get, you're going to get judged something serious, man. So it says, verse 10, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 23 and 10, for as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark, so he that sweareth and nameth the Most High continually shall not be faultless. All right? You continue to do what you want to do, and you continue to use his word to push that what you want to do. That's not according to what the word says. You're not going to be faultless. You're going to have to pay for that. Okay? Now let's go to let's get that in the law. Give me 1 second. Let's get that in Leviticus. Let's get that in Leviticus. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 12. Leviticus 19 and 12. It reads, and ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahawah. See? So you can't be out here breaking down these scriptures falsely, man. All right? Just like, you know, if a servant is continually beaten, he's going to turn blue. Well, if you continually falsely swear upon Yahweh's name, you're going to be what? You're going to be without faultless, okay? You're going to be found at fault, all right? Because you have no excuse, all right? So let's read that again. Leviticus 19 and 12. And ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power. I am Yahawah, okay? So we can't be out here just, you know, going on our own intuition of what the word says, man, all right? We got to fear Yahawah, all right? There is none better than to fear the Lord Yahawah, all right? Coming up with precepts that you know don't even line up with what the word says, man, all right? And you've been shown numerous times, but yet you don't want to change your doctrine. You're falsely swearing on the name of Yahawah, all right? So let's go back to Ecclesiasticus 23. And where we at? Verse 10. It says, for as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark, so he that sweareth and nameth the Most High continually shall not be faultless. Right? You're going to be found out, man. All right? You're going to be found out eventually. Just a matter of time. No one gets away from judgment. If you are here under the sun, earth, you are subject and prone to being judged, okay? You don't get relief until you go back into the spirit world. As long as you here on this earth, you're prone to being what? Judged, okay? No one gets away with judgment. And even if you go back to the spiritual world, the Most High can fashion a body and put you right back down here on earth to be judged again, man. All right? So That's why we tell our people to what? To repent. Because you never know what you did in your prior life. Okay? So just to be on the safe side, just repent. Live a, you know, don't want to say minimalist lifestyle, but live a more aware, all right? Know of your offenses and try to the best of your ability not to do them and to continually do them, okay? So Ecclesiasticus 23:11, a man that useth much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague should never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh a double offense. And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamities. All right? And Lord willing, we get that account in Joshua 2, man. Okay? Because if you disobey what the Lord says, man, especially if you've been warned, your whole house is going to be offended. All right? There is a account in Joshua where the Most High told the Israelite man to not take anything that they came into contact with, and one man particularly took some goodly Babylonian garments and along with some shekels of silver and gold, and he ended up having to be what? Put down, along with his children, along with his ox and everything he had, essentially wiping that whole man lineage away. All right? So it's a fearful thing, man. That's why it's better to what? There is none better than to fear Yahawah. All right? Because he can jack you up, man. And not just you, but your house, your family. Okay? So if you care anything for your house, man, especially if you're the head, the man of your house, you will fear the Lord, man. All right? And do what's required and asked of you. Okay? So let's get back to it. Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 11. A man that useth much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house, if he shall acknowledge not his sin. So if somebody told you that you're going off and went into scriptures and showed you, but yet you continue to not take heed, you should not be acknowledged for your sin. It says, if he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh a double offense. And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamities. Verse 12, there is a word that is clothed about with death. The Most High grant that it be not found in the heritage of Jacob. For all such things shall be far from the godly, and they shall not wallow in their sins. Okay? So Jacob, man, we are held at a higher regards, man, because why? This word was given to us, okay? This word was given to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So the Most High Yahawah holds us at a higher regard than these other nations, man, these other heathens. All right? That's why we got to do better, man. All right? We were entrusted with this word, this truth, man. No other nation of people can go into this Bible and break it down the way that the true Israelites of this Bible can. All right? See, you got Esau that may be able to go into the Bible and talk about some of the history, but when it comes to prophecies and prophesying, he can't do it, man. All right? And we ain't going to talk about Moab or Ammon or Amalek or Ishmael. They got their own gods, man. All false idols, man. All right? So we know they can't, go into the Bible. But you see, Esau and Jacob, like I said again, and I said again this time, they tied together with prophecy, man. You see? Esau trying to get his blessing back that he felt that Jacob took from him. But it was all destined in the spiritual world, man. All right? You see? Esau's still mad. All right? He has that forever hatred towards Jacob. That perpetual hatred towards Jacob, man. All right? But ultimately, he has that towards the Most High because the Most High sanctioned all of this, man. All right? Before it ever came and played out on the earth, the Most High ordained it in the heavens. All right? He ordained it in the spiritual realm. All right? It says before they even had done anything bad. I believe that's Romans, the 9th chapter, the 13th verse. Before the children had did anything bad. Matter of fact, let me just grab that. This is Romans 9 and 11. It reads, for the children being not yet born. So Esau and Jacob wasn't even born yet. It says, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder, who was who? Esau, he came out first, shall serve the younger, who is who? Jacob, he came out holding heel of Esau, okay? Symbolizing that Jacob is going to be the one that pulls down this kingdom, man. All right? And you currently seeing that right now through the brothers that's out prophesying on the highway and hedges, man. All right? And that does it faithfully, okay? Week in and week out, all right? We collective as the elect are bringing down this man's kingdom, man, all right? And he can't do anything but acknowledge it, all right? Whether he wants to acknowledge it publicly or behind closed doors, because we know in those secret councils that he puts together things that to the mass that don't have any idea, they think is just, sheer coincidence. But we see right through that, man, all right? And we out here exposing all your lies, Esau. So it says, verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, where? Malachi, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You see? So before these children were ever born, man, the Most High had already predestined all this, man. That kills that free will, man. You don't have free will. See, the people misconstrue grace and mercy for free will, okay? Once this word is withdrawn, we're gonna see whether or not you got free will if you want to continue to sin, man. The Most High gonna be jacking people up in that day, man. All right, left and right. All right, that's why there is none better than to fear Yahawah, okay? Because if he visits you, that's it. It's a wrap, man. All right. It's a wrap. So back to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 23 in the Apocrypha, verse 12. There is a word that is clothed about with death. The Most High grant that it be not found in the heritage of Jacob. For all such things shall be far from the godly, and they shall not wallow in their sins. Verse 13, use not thy mouth to intemperate swearing, for therein is the word of sin. Right? So you can't be using your mouth out here just, freely and thinking there's no consequences, right? Because if you continue to offend after you receive the rebuke, the reproof, and you continue, hey, you're no longer faultless, man. All right, you're going to be found at fault. It's going to be your fault, right? So let's read that again. Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 13. Use not thy mouth to intemperate swearing, for therein is the word of sin. Okay? Let's get verse 17. We're gonna jump over to verse 17 in the same chapter. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he die. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness. The walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. You see? So if a man break off in wedlock, you see, if a man go out and step out on his wife and have a quote-unquote affair with another man's wife, that's going off, man. All right? That's going off. And if he thinks that because he's doing it, let's just say out of town or in a hotel somewhere that can't be tracked, he's covering his footsteps, he's using cash instead of a credit card, he has an alibi in case his wife asks him where he's been. Oh, I just been out with the boys, but yet you stepping out on her with another man's wife. I gotta emphasize on another man's wife, all right? Because if he has a quote unquote affair with another woman who doesn't have a man, he's not cheating on her, man, all right? But if he steps out on her with another man's wife, now he's breaking wedlock, okay? It says what? If a man, let me read that again. Ecclesiasticus 23:18, a man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? All right? Who seeth me? I done went 5 towns over, man. Nobody in my respective town know who I am over here in this town. I booked a hotel, you know, somewhere deep off in the cut where I can't be found. I'm using cash instead of a credit card. I'm giving that person a fake name. All the while, you know that that lady is married, man. You see? And you stepping out on her, or you stepping out on your wife to go with another married man's wife, thinking that you can't be found. Hey, that's a dangerous game to play, man. Proverbs 15:3 says what? The eyes of the Lord are in every place. The Most High see all of that, man. All right? The Most High see all of that. Don't think because you don't get judged right away that you got away with it. Oh yeah, baby. We're gonna meet back up at the rendezvous again. We're gonna do it all again next week. Your husband don't know where you at. Keep telling him lies, man. Telling him you going out with your girls. You see? That would happen. Hey, you gotta be careful, man. All right? When you go to these bars and these spots like that, you know, and it's quote unquote girls' night or single night out for the women, you know, when you talking to a young lady at a bar or at a club or whatever, and she tell you, oh, I ain't got no husband, you gotta be very mindful of that. Cause you know, hey, these women, man, hey, they the reason why a lot of men ain't here, man, are either locked up. All right, you see? They're not forthright with the truth. In their mind, they'll say, oh, I ain't got no husband for the night. He said I can step out. You know, and even so, you got some that's in that polygamy lifestyle that swap, you know, spouses, man. That's going off, man. You ain't supposed to be swapping spouses, man. All right? Oh yeah, my husband said I can go out and bring somebody back to the house. He okay with it. Hey man, that's not according to our heritage, our culture, man. Be careful of these damn women out here, man. All right? They'll set you up, man. Oh yeah, my husband, yeah, he said it's cool. He said, you know, we do this every now and then where he'll let me go out to the bar or to the club and meet somebody, and he give me the okay to bring them back home, or maybe not home, but he gave me okay to take him to a hotel somewhere off in the deep, somewhere off into another town, and he'll allow me to, you know, do whatever it is I want to do. And in return, I'll allow him to do the same thing. Be careful with those type of damn people, man. You see? You never know what you run into when you go into these bars and in these clubs, man. All right? Especially when there's liquor involved. Okay? So Proverbs 15:3, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, man. He sees all that wickedness. All right? You may think for a minute you're getting away with it. All right? You may think you figured out the recipe how to continue this affair where nobody knows about it. The husband don't have a clue of what's going on. Anybody that knows you don't have a clue of what's going on, but the Most High knows, man. And once again, as long as you are under the sun on this earth, you are prone or subject to judgment, man. Y'all gonna make me get that precept. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and grab that right now. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 16. Ecclesiastes 3:16. It reads, and moreover, I saw under the sun. So what's under the sun? Earth. Okay? Moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. This is where judgment is played out, man. All right? This is where these bodies are subject to what? Payment. All right? You go off, you sin, you subject to being what? Punished. Okay? Judge. All right? You get hit by a car, guess what? That's a judgment. All right? You get jacked up for something you did, or you may not have done this lifetime, but you did in the prior lifetime. That's what? That's judgment. Where does it take place? It takes place under the sun. Ecclesiastes 3:16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, the iniquity was there. Okay? So everything goes on up under the sun, man. The earth. All right? Look up, you're going to see the sun. What's underneath the sun? Judgment or earth. All right? This is where you subject. Anything and everything goes, man. All right? If somebody drowns in a pool, that's judgment. Somebody get hit by a car, that's judgment. Somebody get hit by a straight, that's judgment, man. Okay? So here it is, you thinking nobody's seeing you because you 3 cities or 3 towns across town, you know, piping somebody's wife, man. All right? You done covered all your tracks, but yeah, you piping somebody else's wife down, man. The Most High see you, man, and he gonna get your wicked ass. All right? Let's go to Proverbs 15 and let's read that. Nobody get away from the Most High, man. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of Yahawah are in every place. So those walls that you got that you think you covering your sins, or you covering your tracks, the Most High is there, man. He sees everything. All right? That's why there is none better than to fear Yahawah, not to even put yourself in a predicament like that to begin with. All right? You see, going back to what I said, man, the beginning, when I had that toothache or whatever, where I couldn't, you know, take it anymore, to the fact where, hey, it was gone by the morning time where I could come out and prophesy, that was enough for me to take heed, man. And to not, when I think about not doing it, all I got to do is revert back to then and just think about how much pain I was in and weigh the options. Well, what's more agonizing? The fear of what people think when I come out here, or the fear of having that ache in my mouth, jaws locking up, you know, everything where you got to walk around all night to try to get some type of relief. I'm going to take coming out here 10 out of 10 times, man, when I think about that, what I had to go back through. All right? I'm going to feel the Lord, man. Abaratasa, Father will, because it ain't my will. You know, I pray that the Most High continue to allow me to stay in this truth, man. All right? I can't get haughty or proud either, man. So I got to continue to stay humble. All right? So let's read that again. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of Yahawah are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Okay? So he sees it all, man. All right? He sees us out here prophesying, and then he may see a brother that could be doing the work, but yet he's 5 towns over piping down somebody else's wife, man. He sees all of it, man. All right? And you ain't gonna get away with it. As long as you here on this earth, you're not gonna get away with it, okay? So jumping back to Ecclesiasticus 23, and where we at? Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 19, it reads, such a man only feareth eyes. Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of man, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And just think, the sun could shine in places that you would never think, man. Well, the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than that. So guess what? You ain't getting away with it, man. All right? You're not getting away with it. All right? That's the message. You're not going to get away with it. If the Lord's eyes are 10,000 and the sun is bright, man. All right? The sun is bright. But you don't know brightness until you've been judged by Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, man. All right? You don't know it. That's why there's none better than to fear the Lord Yahawah, man. Don't even test them. Okay? Let's read that again. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts. Verse 20, he knew all things ever they were created. He already knew your walk. He already knew what you was gonna do before you was even created, man. Peep that out. Peep that out. He already, as it says in Proverbs, what is that? 20:24. Man's goings is of the Lord. Let's see if we can get that. Okay? Because he already knew what you was gonna do when you woke up this morning. He already knew how you was gonna spend your afternoon. He already knew all of that before it even happened, man. Just to think. Even if you was gonna wake up this morning, he already knew that. He already had your expiration date already set aside for you, man. So he knew everything. Okay? This is Proverbs. This is Proverbs 20 and verse 24. It reads, man's goings are of Yahawah. How can a man then understand his own way? Right. How can you understand your own way, man? When you don't even know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Okay? When you don't even know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. Yet you got things planned down the line 5 and 10 years from now. Hey, man. Hey, that's why we say, what is that? James 4 and 15. If you say, you ought to say, if it be the Lord's will, man. Because you don't know if he's gonna wake your sorry ass up tomorrow, man. All right? And here it is, you done planned things 5, 10 years down the line, man. As if you already got it already in the bag. No, man. Humble yourself down, man, and fear the Lord. Okay? I ain't forgot we gotta go into that word fear still. But you gotta fear the Lord, Yahawah B'Hashem Yahawashi, man. Because for you to say that you got plans 5, 10 years from now, that means you not reverence what the Most High got for you. Okay? You got everything under control. You don't need the Most High. Since you already say you're gonna have this already discovered 5 years from now. So you saying 5 years from now, you're going to wake up every day and everything is going to be the same, just like it was the day before. No, you can't, man. Because we just read, man's goings is of what? Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of Yahawah. How can a man then understand his own way? Which you can't. Okay? You can't. It's the Most High that puts you in certain situations, man, that has you do the things that you do. All right? You don't have free will, man. Let that go. That free will demon is going to get a lot of people caught up, man. All right? Thinking that they got till tomorrow. Or I'll come back tomorrow, or I'll come back the next day, or I'll come back next week, or give me a little bit more time. Next thing you know, one of them days you don't wake up, that's it. Your time is up, man. All right? So that's why I said James 4:15. This is James 4:15. It reads, for that ye ought to say, if the Lord will. You see? If the Lord will. If it's the Lord will. You know, you ain't got nothing on your own, man. You ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. You see? You got to have a level of humility in this thing, man. All right? Nothing is given to you. You got to earn everything that you get in this walk, man. So if the Lord will, that's why we close out. If it's the Lord will, we'll see you the next time. All right? We don't know if we're going to be here. We don't know if next weekend is going to be the weekend that all hell breaks loose, man. From the time we close our camp to the time we open up camp in the following weekend, we don't know what's going to happen in the middle. All right? We don't know if it's going to be a outbreak, a market crash, or something that's going to happen where you don't see us out here no more, man. And I would rather saw something like that happen soon, man. Okay? That he removes his service from off the streets and off the internet. All right? Because then we know Jacob's trouble is here. All right? But until then, we're going to continue as normal. All right? So let's get back over to Ecclesiasticus. We read that in Ecclesiasticus 2. We read that in Ecclesiasticus 3:16, that under the sun, what? That's the place of judgment, earth. So back to Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 21. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 23 and verse 21. It reads, this man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken. Right. So here it is. You done went 5 cities or 5 towns over to avoid being exposed in your hometown. And that 5 towns over is where you're going to be what? Judged, suspected. Okay? The Most High has a way of doing things that you won't even see coming, man. Okay? Just stay humble and fear, man. All right? Just stay humble and be fearful of the Lord, man. What's that, Hebrews 10:31? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. So it says, verse 21, this man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken. 22, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband, and bringeth in an heir by another. That's dirty there, man. That's dirty. It don't get no dirtier than that, man. All right? And Eve known for doing shit like that, man. Stepping out on her husband to have an affair with another man and getting pregnant by that man. All right? Damn, man. You know, hey, the Bible covers it all, man. The Bible covers it all. So here it is, you got a woman that's married, and she steps out to go get in this entanglement with another man and brings in an heir by that man, brings in a child, a son by that man, nevertheless. Because the heir goes into what? Heritage, man. The firstborn, male, usually gets the heritage, man. That's why Esau mad. That's why Esau mad, man. Because he thinks that we stole his heritage, his heir to what? Where he feels like it's his kingdom. But he don't understand, man, as we read in Romans 9:11 on down, that it was all predestined, man. See, but Esau mad, you know, and he ain't mad at us. He's mad at the Father, the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, man. All right? That's who he's mad at, okay? Esau, the so-called white man, is mad at Yahawah. He ain't mad at us, man, all right? Because we only did what was, you know, programmed for us to do in the beginning, man, before the children were even born. It was already played out in the spiritual world, man. How it's gonna play out here on the earth, all right? So Esau, hey, you got a lot coming for your haughtiness and your proudness, man. All right, thinking that you're gonna make this chip mandatory, and that somehow you're gonna play the role of the Most High. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3 on down, that he sits in the temple being the Most High. He wants to be the Most High. And this microchip is going to be his attempt at being a God, okay? But he's only going to get so far, man, okay? So let's go back to that in Ecclesiastes 23. It reads, hey, this is a trifling woman right here, man. Ecclesiastes 23 and verse 22. Ecclesiastes 23 and 22. Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bringeth in an heir by another. Hey, and that goes for you polygamous groups too, man. You wife swapping, you know, let me swap my wife with your wife. And then your wife get pregnant by the other dude. It ain't gonna go well for her either, man. Okay? So verse 22 says, thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bringeth in an heir by another. For first she have disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly, she have trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly, she have played the whore in adultery and brought children by another man. God damn, boy. You ain't telling me that ain't our people, man. You're not telling me that's not talking about our people, man. Under the curses. How many of these damn women got different baby daddies, man? How many of these women got children fathered by multiple damn men? All right? Hey, the curses fits us to a T, man. All right? Verse 23. For first she have disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly, she have trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly, she have played the whore in adultery and brought children by another man. God damn, hey, that's cold, man. Hey, and some let one man raise another man child without even telling him that ain't even your damn child. Hey, these women cold, man. They cold, man. Under this rulership, they're not held accountable for anything. You see? Here it is, this man will pay child support 18 years and come to find out that that child isn't his, and she knew all along it wasn't his. They made her pay 18 years of child support, and she don't get nothing but a slap on the wrist. That lets you know that the serpent and Eve are still tied hand in hand together, man. Okay? Watch out for these damn women, man. Especially Eve, the so-called black woman, all right? So tread carefully, man, all right? We're going to read that one more time, man. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 23. For first, she have disobeyed the law of the Most High. That's the first thing she did. She disobeyed the law of the Most High. Secondly, she have trespassed against her own husband. If it can't get any worse, she done trespassed against her own husband. And when you think you've seen it all, wait, but there's more. Third, it says, thirdly, she had played the whore in adultery. And just when you think it couldn't get no worse, it has a caveat. And, man, you might have been able to, if you was a husband, which you shouldn't take her back, you might have been able to look past her stepping out on you, but she came back with a little gift, a little surprise, a little bump in her tummy. And guess what? It ain't yours. It ain't yours, man. Right? So it says, and brought children by another man. Boy, if it don't get no more trifling than that, woo! We're gonna go on and read the next verse. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 24. She shall be brought out unto the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children. So they're gonna inquisite on what shall we do with the children, man. All right, this is how they did it back in the ancient days, which is gonna come back, man. All right, when we come back into our power and we enforce the law, statute, commandments on these other heathen nations in the kingdom, we bringing back all judgments, man. All right, all judgments will be played out in the kingdom, man. So if a heathen woman steps out on her husband, guess what? If she gets pregnant, it's gonna be a judgment for that, man. All right. It says, her children shall not take root. That sounds like extermination. Let's read that again. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 24. She shall be brought out into the congregation, and inquisition shall be made of her children. 25. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. Put away with her, man. "25. Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. 26. She shall leave her memory to be cursed." So when you think of that woman, you're going to think, damn, that's what happened when you don't fear the Lord, man. The man, he got taken out in a place where he didn't suspect, and the woman, she got cut off, and the children too. That's a curse, man. It says 26, Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 26. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out. Verse 27, here's the point. And they that remain shall know that there is nothing better than the fear of Yahawah, the Lord, and that there is nothing sweeter than to take heed unto the commandments of the Lord. 28. It is great glory to follow the Lord, and to be received of him is long life. Okay? So you can play around with the Most High all you want to, man. Okay? But one thing you can't say is you haven't been warned. All right? Because the prophets and servants are out here doing just that before judgment is brought forth, man. All right? So it's only so long before you have to start paying your dues, your debts. Okay? All right? So let me look up that word fear. Let's look at that word fear in the Hebrew.
Strong's H3374. Yir'ah. Yir'ah.
That's the word fear in the Hebrew, and it goes into fear, terror, fearing, fear, terror, awesome or terrifying thing, fear of the Most High, respect, reverence, piety, revere. Okay? So, hey, it's best to fear, reverence the Most High. All right? Because if he visits you, it ain't gonna be pretty, man. All right? It will not be pretty. Okay? Now, there was a guy that happened this year, I say about a week or two ago, up in Memphis, that goes by the name of Ricky Floyd. He's a pastor of a church in Memphis. And what happened? He got, unalive, man, by some woman, a Eve, so-called black woman, all right? That she told him to what? Back off, all right? And he kept following or kept advancing towards her. And then I guess she brought out a firearm, and at that point, they said he backed up, but she had already let off a few rounds on him, man. All right? So who knows what was going on in that bar, all right? One can only speculate. Now, they say it was a heated debate over religious matters, but as I did a video, a lot could go into you trying to use your position of power as a man of the Lord to persuade a woman into going one way or another, all right? He probably felt like, he was a man of the Lord. He could persuade her by his position of being a pastor over a large congregation that she will, that she would fall for that. And when another man approached her, he might have felt some type of way, man. All right? And who knows what was going to happen in that whole incident? Who knows if that pastor was married and was stepping out, and whether or not she was married and was stepping out? You see? We don't know how judgment can come into play, man. All three of them could have been wicked, man. All three of them, the woman, the pastor, and the other man could have all been married, man. The woman, she stepped out on the night to go out and have drinks at a bar, knowing that she was married. The pastor, he married. He went into another town to look for something young. Well, she wasn't that young by all means. She was 42, and he was 50-something. That's what I think I read in the report. Well, that's young enough, So he stepped out, looking to get into something. Whether or not she had a husband or not, he probably didn't even think to acquire that. He probably didn't even think to ask, hey, is you married? she would have said, yeah, that could have ended all of that. No. And I'm just speculating, he probably, saw, he probably saw a way he could slide in with his position as being a pastor and use that to persuade her to go and do whatever it is that he wanted to do with her. And another man came by and intervened. And he probably could have been married. You see? But it would just so happen that any, mini, mighty, mo. You know the little saying, any, mini, mighty, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If he holler, let him go. It just so happened that the pastor was the one that got caught, man. And it usually be the ones, man, that be playing more righteous than all that get caught in scandals, man. Okay? You got to remember, we read that the Most High eyes are brighter 10,000 times than the sun, man. He gonna find you out, all right? And in the time when you least expect it, he gonna show up in judgment, as it says in Ecclesiasticus, is it 39? There'll be spirits created for vengeance, man. They out here, all right? Them spirits are out here. And they're subject to jump on anyone at any time to fill the will of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? That's why there is none better than to fear the Lord Yahawah. Okay? Now I said we was going to get a little bit of Joshua, so we'll dive into Joshua 7. Because here it is, this man of Israel, took what the Most High told him not to take, man. Right? And Israel was losing wars, man. And Joshua went to inquire on why. And the Most High told him, man. Let's go ahead and pick that up in Joshua 7. This is Joshua 7 and 11. It reads, Israel have sinned, and they have also transgressed my covenant, which I commanded them. For they have taken, Salakia, for they have even taken of the accursed thing, and have also stolen and dissembled also, and they have put it even among their own stuff. So you had one in particular that have mingled the things that the Most High told him not to take and put it among the things that the Most High told him that he could take. Mixing what? An accursed thing with a what? A righteous thing. Okay? So the Most High had him put out, man. And not just him, his children, his ox, everything else, man. Showing that the Most High can cut off lineages just like it ain't nothing, man. The Most High can cut off lineages just like that. Here it is, that man may be the last male kind of his family, and he go up against the Most High, and the Most High cut him off, man. Cut him off, his son, his children, and everything else. Now that man lineage is no longer, okay? He got to get brought back through a counterpart of his nation. He got to come back through another brother line. All right? And it be like that, man. A lot of these 2/3 Jakes here today, they ain't gonna make it in the kingdom. All right? A lot of them, their lineage is gonna end here in Babylon the Great, man. A lot of these Jakes, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, their lineage is going to end here in Babylon the Great, man. Because they going to take that accursed thing. They're going to take that microchip, and that's going to be it, man. All right? And a lot of them, that's going to be the end of them, their children, and anybody else, man. All right? And for the most part, a lot of them, they ain't got no brothers. Okay? An only child don't have a brother. All right? The dad may be passed away because the lineage go through the male, all right? And if that's the last male of that person's family and he take that chip, well, guess what? His lineage is gone, man. He got to be brought back through another brother lineage, okay? Hey, to have your lineage cut because you disobeyed the Most High, man, once again, there is none better than to fear the Lord Yahawah, man. All right? A lot of us brothers in this walk, man, we praying that, hey, we can carry on our lineage, okay? That we go into the kingdom, all right? And don't be put down on this side. Because pursuing the prophecy, 1 Corinthians 15, there'll be some that's not going to taste the sting of death. What does that mean? Their lineage is not going to be cut off, man. Okay? So just think about that. Some of the Jakes, the 2/3, their lineage is going to be split and cut off. The 1/3 Jake lineage is going to continue to go on into the kingdom, man. And in the 2/3 Jakes that got cut off, they're going to have to come back through the brother lineage that made it. Okay? But as far as their house, their family, their line, all that's done away with, man. Just like that, in the blink of an eye. As soon as they put their hand out to take that chip, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for their line, their lineage, their family, and so on and so forth. All right? Here it is. Their great-great-grandfather done had male children. His child done had a male child. His child done had a male child. His child done had a male child. All to be led up to what? That last male child to take that chip and all that to be wiped away with. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, man. The Most High knows who he is, man. Okay? Don't play with the Most High, man. He can wipe away lineage. He can wipe away your whole family tree. Right? That's enough to keep us in line. That's enough to put and invoke fear into our minds. You see? That's enough, man. Get your ass up and go out and preach. You able-bodied? Why you ain't going out and preaching? You scared? Okay. Here go a toothache. You scared? Okay. Here go something more catastrophe than that. You get the point, though. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of true and living power, man. So back to Joshua 7 in verse 12. Joshua 7 and 12. It reads, therefore the children of Israel could not stand before their enemies, but turned their backs before their enemies because they were a curse. Neither will I be with you anymore, except you destroy the accursed from among you. So you see, Israel, they couldn't stand up against their enemies. They had to fight and run. They had their backs turned towards their enemies. They couldn't stand up against them because the Most High wasn't with them because they had an accursed thing in their congregation. All right? Verse 13. Verse 13. Joshua 7 and 13. Up, sanctify the people. Say, sanctify yourselves against tomorrow. For thus saith Yahawah, power of Israel, there is an accursed thing in the midst of thee, O Israel. Now, we're going to come to read that accursed thing was a Babylon garment, but also someone who had disobeyed the Most High, man. Okay? All going to be found out in the end, man. Can't get away from judgment. It goes on to say, there is an accursed thing in the midst of thee, O Israel. Thou canst not stand before thy enemy. Thou cannot stand before thy enemies until you take away the accursed thing from among you. You see? So every time they would go up against their enemies, they had no power. They had no help from Yahawah. So they were given over to the enemies. That's why they had to turn and retreat and have their backs towards the enemies retreating, man. Most High wasn't dealing with them, okay, until they put that accursed thing out. All right? It's a fearful thing. There is none better than to fear the Lord, man. It says 14, Joshua 7:14. In the morning, therefore, ye shall be brought according to your tribes. And it shall be that the tribe which the Lord taketh shall come according to the families thereof. And the family which Yahawah shall take shall come by households. And the household which Yahawah shall take shall come man by man. So Yahawah is getting ready to end families, households, and mans. But it's a cursed thing. All right? Hey, don't play with the Most High, man. All right? It's better to fear the reverence of him, to have piety. It says, verse 16, verse 15, Slakia. And it shall be that he that is taken with the accursed thing shall be burnt with fire, he and all that he have, because he have transgressed the covenant of Yahawah, and because he have wrought folly in Israel. So everything that man had, wives, children, land, everything, ox, it's gonna be burnt and done away with, man. Because he have what? Brought folly into Israel. Just like you 2/3 damn Jakes, man. When you take that chip, you got to be done away with everything that you got. Because you brought folly onto Israel, man. We're not going to have your remembrance in the kingdom. Oh, yeah, you remember when you took that chip, but the Most High, had mercy on you? No, man. You're going to get burned here in Babylon the Great, man. All you got to take that chip. Everything you got. It's going to burn here in Babylon the Great, man. All right? Your family, you may have thought you started a family here. They're going to be taken and burned in the fire. All right? Everything. Verse 16. So Joshua rose up early in the morning and brought Israel by their tribes. And the tribe of Judah was taken. And he brought the family of Judah, and he took the family of the Zerahites, and he brought the family of the Zerahites man by man, and Zabdi was taken. And he was brought, his household, man by man. And Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabdi, the son of Zerai, of the tribe of Judah, was taken. So the Most High narrowed it down to the man from the tribe of Judah, from that family, from that family, from that family, all the way to the man that took that accursed thing, Achan. It says, and he brought his household man by man, and Achan, the son of Carmi, the son of Zabadi, the son of Zerai, the tribe of Judah, was taken. And Joshua said unto Achan, my son, give, I pray thee, glory to Yahawah, power of Israel, and make confessions unto me, and tell me now what thou hast done. Hide it not from me. And Achan answered Joshua and said, indeed, I have sinned against Yahawah, power of Israel, and thus have I done. So he came clean, man. He said, yeah, I sinned. And I'm gonna tell you what I did. Verse 21, this is what he did. When I saw among the spoils a goodly Babylonian garment and 200 shekels of silver and a wedge of gold of 50 shekels, wait, then I coveted them and took them. And behold, they are hid in the earth in the midst of my tent, and the silver under it. So he said, yeah, man, the Babylonians, man, they had some stylish garments along with some shekels of silver and some gold. I took it, I covered it. I wanted it more than I feared the Lord. So I took it, I buried it under the earth, underneath the tent where I sleep at. It's there. It's underneath the earth in the tent where I sleep at. He came clean though. Gotta give it to him. He came clean. But hey, he ain't gonna get away with it, as we're gonna come to find out. It says, verse 22, so Joshua sent messengers, and they ran unto the tent, and behold, it was hid in his tent, and the silver under it. 23, and they took them out of the midst of the tent, and brought them unto Joshua, and unto all the children of Israel, and laid them out before Yahweh. And Joshua and all Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah, and the silver, and the garment, and the wedge of gold, and his sons. That's his lineage. Your son is your heir. And it says his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had. He took everything, man. You see, when you Jakes, when you take that chip, your whole line got to be destroyed here, man. Everything that you got. Because you can't bring folly into the kingdom, man. You take that chip, you're going to bring folly up to Israel, man. So guess what? You got to get burned here with the whore, Babylon the Great, America, man. You got to get burned here with her, man. Just like we reading right now in Joshua. It says, verse 25, and Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? See? Joshua said, man, why you troubled us, man? We've been losing these battles against our enemies because you wanted to do this on your own. Okay? Just like you 2/3 Jakes, man. You trouble us because why? You could be out here pushing this word, helping flood the internet with this truth, but yet you want to be out doing things that don't profit you, man. So we got no use for you, man. So guess what? You, along with everything else you got, when you take that chip, you got to get burned here in the fire, the lake of fire here in America, man. We got no use for you, man. And you'll come back, your spirit will come back in the kingdom through one of our, our children, all right? You'll be brought back in the kingdom that way, all right? So it says, verse 25, Joshua 7:25, and Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? Yahweh shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with stones and burned them with fire. After they had stoned him with stones, 26, and they raised over him a great heap of stones. So check that out. They stoned him, and then they put stones on top of him, man. I don't even think they buried him. They just put stones on top of him. As it says, and they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So Yahweh turned from fierceness of his anger, wherefore the name of that place was called the Valley of Achor until this day. All right? So guess what? A lot of you Jakes, man, you're going to be part of the sacrifice here in Basra, America. A lot of you Jakes, you just got to be part of the sacrifice, man. All right? You 2/3, you ain't going to get it. So guess what? You're going to be offered up to that fire, man. All right? That's your lot. Okay? That's your lot. All right? Now let's get this precept, and then we're going to probably wrap it up after that. This is Psalms 118 and verse 8. It reads, it is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in man. You see? So it's better to trust in Yahweh, what he says, than to put confidence in man. And that includes your own self, man. All right? Because you may think, hey, man, I take that chip, I get that microchip, I can make a few moves, I can get my family fed for the time being, and then I can take it out and nothing else will happen. You're playing with fire. All right? You're playing with fire. So it says Psalms 118 and 8. It is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in man. You know? And you go down there and you take that chip, man, you putting confidence in man. All right, you're not really putting your trust and faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So guess what? In doing so, you're gonna get judged just like that, man. Right? So it is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in man. All right? So going down and getting that chip, putting confidence in man, or putting confidence in your own self, be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, there shall he also reap. Roughly paraphrasing that precept. But you get what you get, man. All right? That's why there is none better than to fear Yahweh. All right? So we're going to close out. We're going to turn the face to the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? Until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.